Hi everyone. So instead of a cold open, Bronagh and I decided that we would...
We wanted to do a concept,
yes.
right? So today's word is Prevaricate, and in order to emphasise what the word means, we decided to make the whole episode one massive prevarication.
This episode of Word Up was brought to you by the letters A, D, H, and
D.
D.
We are going to be together gigging. David is going to be opening.
Wonder Twins power activate!
Ooh, David's opening for me in Downpatrick and in
Draperstown?
Yes.
No, wasn't that Port Stewart?
Oh, and Port Stewart.
Port Stewart, maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't do Draperstown because it's Saturday.
Couldn't do Draperstown. So Port Stewart and Downpatrick.
Yes.
If you want to come and see us two
Why
together.
wouldn't you? And why wouldn't you?
And why wouldn't you? And have a laugh with us. Then follow the wee link below for the tickets on Eventbrite, and please buy tickets. Come on, because Mama needs new shoes.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Mama needs turkey teeth. What do you reckon?
No, I think you've lovely teeth.
Go on, so one of them's broke. Curtis calls me mashed potato teeth. Because they just fall to bits.
That's abuse. That's abuse.
Thank you! Hello! Welcome to a very special episode of Word Up where we read Sean's diary. Dear diary.
Dear diary, my mom and dad are losers.
Yeah.
They won't take me to Leisure World to get me the new Pokemon card.
Daddy won't accept the fact that I like good music and I don't like his music. Why does Daddy keep buying me Celtic t-shirts when I actually like Liverpool? Okay, this actually says, you better not be making a mess. He's getting ready for being a daddy.
You better not be making a mess.
You better not be making a mess up there.
Back in the game.
Back in the game. Yeah, back in the game. That's it. Sorry, Sean. Are you really nervous right now?
No, I'm okay. Not in the head.
Are you sure? Doyen, comedy, aye.
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool v Brentford. That's a very important match happening.
So by the time this goes out,
So I really am reading your diary. I'm
happens.
so sorry.
Like she just got on it and she can't stop
Can't
now.
stop now. I know. My sister. Do you want to hear something? Actually, my sister Lorraine. I had this little diary that my godfather Christopher, love him. I still call him my godfather. No,
Is he not? I don't know why. It just seems like
I still call him my godfather, even though I am 37, and he is Don Christopher. But he,
I don't think it. There's no time limit on God.
parenting. Like, he is just the best godparent in the world. But he brought me to the Disney store, and I actually was allowed to pick something, and I picked this. I used to always write diaries, always. Like, youngest girl, so much to talk about, nobody wants to listen, right? So diary it was, and I bought this. Well, he bought me this wee puffy. It felt puffy to touch,
Yes.
and it was Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and it had a wee lock on it. You know, like, it was like plastic, but it had a wee lock, and I had this gorgeous wee pen or wee pencil, but I needed to sharpen it and had to use my granny's eyeliner sharpener, and it just it was so waxy it wouldn't go round. And I was like, Granny, this isn't working. What a right about you? Do you know what my sister did? She went in, got a pair of scissors, cut the lock, and then went through the diary and corrected all my spell mistakes.
Which sister?
That's why I'm traumatized, Lorraine. That's why I'm so obsessed
Lorraine.
with punctuation.
Word up.
Word up,
Word up.
motherfucker.
Word down, Lorraine.
Don't get me wrong, she's the
Diary
best
down.
sister in the world.
Nah.
But it was probably all
She's
just
nah.
like, nah.
Then she wasn't.
Yeah.
Can you imagine people who English is their first language, or they're learning to speak English and they're listening to this podcast and we're going, nah, aye, she's a good sister, nah.
Nah.
And they're like, what the fuck are they
Can I ask you something, actually?
like? We?
Right. See if I was to say my mummy. Right. Say you're my brother.
Right.
Sorry, I'm very touchy.
No, I know what you're going to say. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, we're brother and sister. If I say my mummy,
Yeah.
isn't that...
Yeah. So I think that's weird. My brother does some...
I'm stipulating that
She's
that's...
just mine.
Just mine?
No, you say mummy.
Yeah, mummy.
Because
Or
our relationship with that person is a
the same. So, like, with my sisters, there's this thing, right?
Technically, she was my mommy first because I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I get it.
No, but I would never say that.
I have half brothers and sisters in Scotland, and they say my dad, meaning like they would say that among each other. But whenever they were saying it to me, my dad, I was like, he's my daddy
Are you
too.
making a point here?
He's my daddy too. No, I'm not making a point.
No, him, the
I love
demons
him.
over
Yes,
there going,
yes,
are
we
you
go.
just making a point that he's your daddy and he's not
and
my
not mine.
daddy?
Whereas whenever we're talking about the collective R, we say ma daddy, M-A, or
daddy.
just daddy.
Where's my daddy? I would never say,
My
my
ma.
middle brother would sometimes say, like, where's my mum, where's my ma?
But
But
ma,
m-
not my. If you use the correct ma can mean all
yeah.
ours.
Wait,
No, I would just say, where's mommy?
Yeah.
I would just say, where's mommy, where's nana, where's, you know, like, where's
Yeah.
the, like, I would just use their
Drop
We
the
tend to
my.
see,
yeah.
we have a secret like name for my man and dad. I'm actually not even going to say it on this
It's so
out
sad.
of fear that I would
Get back to them.
get back to them.
Right.
But I'll write it down. Just so
Oh.
you can see and laugh.
Do it,
Can we
yes.
say it? Oh,
Go.
can we say it? Oh, we'll not say it. We'll have to. Oh,
I feel like this is.
I feel like this is like, do you like,
It's not even
is this like Watergate? Do you like the secrets? Like, if
Yeah.
you broke into the thing?
What happened in those 17 minutes that
What
we cut
happened?
out?
But it has never got out, you know, in
All these years?
All the years, nobody
So-
has touted.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
even though I don't think they're gonna watch it, but
yeah,
I
but you
just-
don't want it to. Okay, right? And do they not know?
They don't know,
So
but
if you're talking about these people amongst each other, that's like you're talking about your mom and dad.
it's always, you know, like
Joan and Eddie, for
if-
example.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's always like you're about to say something that they done,
Mm-hmm.
or like you're slobbering about them, or
Yeah.
you're planning a
And is this in
surprise for
front
them.
of? Is this in front of them?
No, this is behind.
Oh, this is always behind their back.
in secret meetings.
Which is the proper way to talk about people. It's behind their back. That's
Yeah.
manners.
I mean, you don't do it to their face.
No,
Do you know
that's
what I mean?
rude.
What
That'd
are
make-
we?
Why you would make people feel bad
We're
about
decent
themselves.
bitches round here.
You wait till they're gone and then you slag them off. But what I was
I was writing like stuff on this quickly yesterday, and I wrote down instead of mud blood, loads of cuts. I wrote mud blood, like one O, mud blood.
is this is that the Swedish version?
Mudblood.
Mudblood.
That's when you buy
Mudblood.
mud blood and IKEA.
That's Victor Crumb calling Hermione Granger a mudblood. Mudblood.
Mudblood. Mudblood. What would it be if it was an IKEA bit of furniture? What would it be? A mudblood.
It'd be a shelf.
A wee shelf.
A floating
A
shelf.
floating.
Yeah, that goes bendy.
A lazy Susan.
A lazy Susan.
What is-
I love a lazy Susan.
What is it? I don't know what that. What is a lazy Susan?
Do you not know what lazy
I've
Susan is?
heard them. I just don't know what they are.
Oh, right, okay. So, do you ever go to Red Panda in town? That used to be the only Chinese place to go to. It's usually in Chinese restaurants.
Right.
It's a little circular disc that sits in the middle of the table and it spins so you can share your food. You might not be. Where are you from originally?
Lurgan, we didn't have such
Didn't
things.
share food.
I don't
No
share
food to share. That's me too.
You
fuck's
didn't
sake.
eat it. Didn't get it. You didn't. Somebody else is going to eat it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not going to go to waste.
You had to eat it. My uncle literally. Have I told this story on here before? My uncle literally stabbed me in the hand before.
Trying to get it.
It's hilarious.
Trying to get at your potatoes.
Because we were all having like a Christmas dinner together and we all had a big shindig in my ma's house. It was the first year my ma had moved into that house and it was the best Christmas ever because we'd all been miserable for a while after my granda died. And whatever, but it was the first big Christmas we got all the family together and all the uncles came around with their guitars and all. So it was fucking my uncle's mates and my ma's mates and we sat there and I mean, see whenever you saw the door, like the recycling box the next day, you went, we tripped DA. I might be not, like there was fucking tens and tens of bottles of
We
wine.
partied, like.
Partied hard. And we were all sitting around the table and it must have been, we were all blocked and we were singing Bob Dylan songs and it must have been about 1 o'clock in the morning and I went, here, there's still some of that honey glazed ham and turkey left. So I got it and set it in the middle of the table and it was like, as my ma would say, feeding buns to the birds. Because everybody was like, and then there was one piece of ham left glistening on the plate and I was so busy talking and I went, ooh. And my uncle Marty had like a steak knife and he went, you're not eating that. That's mine. And I went, no, it's not. And he went, I'll stab you. And I went, no, you wouldn't. And he went, yeah, like that with a knife. And I went, fuck off. And I went and he went, yeah. And he was messing about, but see, whenever I get it, actually, you can still see that one of the wee marks in my hand.
Joke went too far.
Whenever I get a tan, you can still see the wee white line where he stabbed me in the hand.
What age were
for
you?
a piece of ham. I was about 19.
Oh, right, you weren't like 6.
Oh no, I was black. No, I was drunk. Like he
Oh,
didn't
right,
just
right,
stab
right. You
me.
weren't like a child.
But
Like,
yeah, when we're like
children
feral
don't eat.
fucking hillbillies, yeah. Like, yeah, it's for adults. That's a good ham. You can have the bone.
He's back to your bed. Get out. Saddles are talking now.
Well,
Yeah, do you remember whenever your mum used to have a wee drink and you'd just be like their bartender?
You go in there and go, see, this is a weird thing. I think because my dad didn't have a great relationship with alcohol. We didn't have loads of alcohol in the house.
Right,
We
right.
didn't really do that. So I wouldn't have gone drinking with my mum until we were adults.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
it was nice. It's nice when you get to that point where you
Yeah,
can go
where
for
you're
a wee
like,
drink.
we can drink together and I can call you names and stuff.
I can tell you about all the times that you were
Traumatized me?
crap. And
Yeah. Do you ever have that one with your
Tell me,
man?
I got that.
You don't even
Oh,
love me
But they don't
anyway.
but they don't remember.
Yeah.
You know, like the really, really stuffy that got there. See if this was now, I'd have talk after you.
Yeah,
I'd have been putting in our house.
Yeah,
you
you're
know
going,
what
I
mean?
feel like you owe me an apology. Why would happen, love? Well, 25 years ago.
I've been holding
Was it
on to
dead
this
quiet?
for 30 years.
Yeah.
And they're like us. Well, sure that makes you feel better you got that off your chest.
Yeah, and then the next day you wake up to all these fucking. Why have I not got a dinner around the table this Sunday, Matt? You're no longer a member of this family.
No, I have excommunicated you from the family
Yeah,
circle.
yeah. The what is it? The statute of limitations was up on that one, and you fucking brought it up.
But I have to say now,
Good Friday Agreement was saying on that one.
all children bit before 1998 will not
Didn't count.
Didn't count. All these
Absolutely.
children were like
I'm out on a fucking license.
But you're both youngest, aren't you?
I'm the youngest girl. I have the younger brother.
A younger brother. And
I'm
you are
the youngest.
You are the baby. I am the oldest. I'm the oldest, and I do think that.
Are you the authoritarian? I think we talk about this.
Sometimes I think it can be. Sometimes I think it can be like I'll be, you know. But saying that though, like my middle brother's very good at like he's good to talk to. Like he's good to sort of like. But in general, I would be the. Because it's like there's nearly 4 years between me and the next brother, and there's only 2 years between them.
I had to laugh actually at this wee YouTube video the other day, and it was like, I'm the older child. Yes, I think I own the family, and then it goes, I'm the middle, and it just cuts off, and it goes, I'm the youngest child. Of course I got away with everything. And then it goes, I'm the older child. So naturally, mom had me babysit the rest of the kids, and it goes like, I'm the middle, and it cuts off even stronger. And it goes, but every time she gets less and less seconds.
But it's not the truth. But it's so weird because that's not the truth. I don't know if it's the same in your families, but the middle children are not like.
Disregarded.
No, because we can't disregard them because they're so fucking noisy.
My
They
middle
won't
child is
stop
convinced
talking.
he's a middle child, and because of that, he has middle child complex.
So he's just took that on.
He's not treated like a middle child at all, but he wants to believe that
Middle
he is.
children moan about nobody listening to them so much
Yeah.
that nobody can talk about nothing else.
Aye.
Nobody can listen to nobody
That's
else.
it.
So we're always listening to the middle
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Do you know? So like, the rest of us are like, "Here, listen, you're fucking."
Absolutely. Like, I kept my youngest off, and my middle child went to me. See the way he's not well, and you keep him off school, and when I'm sick, you make me go in. And I was like, no, you literally had a week off last week
What are
because
you
you
talking
said you
about?
weren't well. What are you talking about? And he's like, because I'm the middle child. I was like, will you stop watching YouTube videos about the middle child?
Seriously,
Like,
you need to
stop
get
it.
over. But you need to get over yourself. Do you
Yeah.
want it to be like in the 80s and 90s where you got hidings?
Yeah.
Would you want that? Because you know this is where you're going.
Absolutely. Like,
Do you mean like I will turn off all like devices in this house so just you can't record it, and then I'll
Yeah.
just beat you up.
do you want to go back to the 80s, kid?
Do you want to go back to the 80s? Because like people through like whenever do you like
Yeah.
sometimes Maz would like or like people would like lift something up and go back and get you. In
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s they would get you and you
aye.
got slapped with it.
Yeah, or the slipper thrown at you.
Slipper. Aye.
Yeah. Although I'm a member of a group on Facebook called Boomers Mistaking Childhood Trauma for Good Memories. And it's like, you know,
on that
back in my day, we could beat with the belt and we loved it. Do you know what I mean? It was just good for you.
I remember like it was the day that my granda died and we were all sitting and my granny, God rest her now, she's got a lot, but she says, and like none of yous were ever hit when yous were wee. And I remember, I don't know if I was eating a scone or drinking a cup of tea, but I went What? What?
Hold on now, you land
Wait,
bastard.
you know, like scratch. You know what I mean? Record scratch. What? How long? Wait, just pause everything for a second.
Yeah.
Say what you said again, and he's never got hit. And I looked around the room at everybody else's face, and everybody else was sort of going,
I'm not going to tell her husband's just died, fuck's sake.
and do you know what I did? I went, because of the day that it's in,
Well, let that one go,
I'll
Mabel.
let it slide the day.
What was she? Arse?
Ash,
Arse, how you remember
Ash.
that?
Well done. Ash. And you're wee mummy's Monica.
Now, wee mommy's Monica. Wee Monica. and
Ash,
Ash.
you're taking liberties here.
Ash.
After that, you know.
Ash, listen, will I tell you? Never has a revisionist history
Yeah.
been so pronounced. It's like those like British colonialism documentaries back.
Next thing you know, you'll be saying the Catholics won the Battle of the Boyne.
It was a bit like, but the Africans liked it when we took over their things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like they were
They
glad of it.
welcomed us. You know, we brought something.
Like, Nana, seriously, Nana.
Stop it. Stop it, Granny.
Because the day that's in.
Stop it. I know.
But you all know. But I was like, because the day that it's in, I'm saying nothing. But you are all sitting there.
And
you
you're
all know what I'm talking about.
But,
But,
oh my God, this brings us to the word of the week because it's kind of relevant, isn't it?
right?
Right.
I've forgotten it.
The word of the week is. I forgot it.
Prevaricate.
Yep, prevaricate.
Doesn't that mean the sort of like you're it's a wee bit like what's the word I'm looking for? It's a wee bit like sort of like you're putting something off, or you're trying not to, you're prevaricating, like you're doing loads of things so that you don't do the other thing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like procrastination.
Yes.
Only in speech form.
Also, you're talking around.
So the prevarication.
You're beating around the bush.
You're beating around the bush. Like politicians
Who's
prevaricate a lot. Like, hey, Bush! I need to stop it.
Babushka, babushka,
babushka, yeah. I know Kate Bush was. I love
She
her.
had like bops. Like she had good bops.
Oh,
like,
why? Do you know why she had to stop making music? Be running up that hill, be running up that building. That was me and Landon
I
Hill every day.
do love Kate Bush, but I do also love the placebo version of that.
So do I.
You know that? Do you like the way they've like put it on the side?
Doesn't hurt me. What I feel.
Do you know, see the drum in that song, Running Up That Hill?
Yeah.
It's a lambeg drum.
Is it? Oh, here, yes.
Oh,
I think I read this. Is it actually a lamb drum?
Here we go.
Here we go, bringing it back round.
Here we go. Jimi Hendrix played the fucking.
But
Newland
aside
pipes.
from that, what else have the British ever done for music?
It was that time in the fucking 80s when people had a wee bit of money to, like, you know,
Waste.
explore.
Who?
Like,
when? I was there, Sean. I don't remember.
record labels had
Record
money to
yeah.
make an album, so like they were
Right.
like, you could have done whatever. Paul Simon was going to fucking Africa to
That's
record
right,
shit. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And
My uncle put that album on the way up to Donegal before, and I was like, I don't know what's happening here in my life. Do you know what I mean? It was all, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Cultural appropriation. Nah, you won't get away with that.
I know, you totally wouldn't.
So Kate Bush, I don't know the whole story, but she had heard about lambeg drums, and she wanted like this big, powerful, like beat, like the biggest drum she could get,
Yeah,
like for this sound for the song. And
I'm getting.
and just so happened that somebody worked in the studio or something, or somebody was part
He's
of
an
the
orange
band.
man.
Was an
Was an orange man.
there was an embattled loyalist
Yeah.
in the studio.
Here, hey, don't be telling anybody else, but I have a wee sideline going on here.
A big drum, you say?
you want the best
You
drum?
wouldn't believe it.
Kate Bush shared a studio with all those CDs.
You're in
You know
luck.
the ones that like, you know those like.
Do you reckon she didn't even want the lambeg drum? It's just that he was a loyalist and she couldn't say no. She was like,
all right, William.
yes, let's do this,
Not
Billy.
be right in front.
Maybe just for the first
What I
10.
got, Kate? What I got? That great
First
stuff for
Shangle
you.
Man.
Hold on, I need to get this song.
She shared a studio with. Do you like whenever like you're on the 12th, I've got CDs of all of these very sectarian songs. I think it's the same one that she.
Let's listen to the lambeg drum.
I didn't mind doing this into the microphone.
That's the lambeg drum.
Yeah.
They need
Well-
to play that on the 12th of July. I'm telling you now, we'll go to that march. Be running
Layered
up
with
that
like
fucking road.
synthetic drums as well. But
But then there was also like a kind of like in the 80s there was also like, and she fell into that time when there was like all this kind of like ooh like mythical kind
Yeah,
of like,
like-
do you like sort of like there was a lot of like a wee bit of like
People still made it believe that women's fannies were haunted. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like,
Are they not?
you wouldn't know.
I don't know.
Never been on a ghost train.
They're gonna go Scooby Doo van, the mystery machine.
Damn it.
God. It's like a haunted turkey roll. Let's go.
We can't be let out of your house together.
Can't be talking about fanginas like that.
I used to think that it was actually called, speaking of word up, the original thing was, obviously we were going to have a word a week, but talking about words that you pronounced wrong.
Wrong.
And I used to think that vagina was fangina.
With an F and an N, a
Yeah, like
fangina.
fangina. It should be fungina.
It was like, I think I was about 6 or 7 before I realised that it wasn't a chimney.
Chimley. Oh, chimley. Up a chimley.
Up the chimney. I thought it was a good one. I can remember the teacher going, it's chimney.
Chimney.
Like, fuck you
Fuck
too.
you, ruining Christmas for
you,
me.
ruining-
I thought Santa come down the chimney.
He
He began to shout, "You girls and boys won't get any
no
toys
toys.
if you won't let me out. My hair is black, my suit and my sack, my nose is tickly too."
I didn't realise that was a song about children like keeping Santa hostage. They were like the children.
Light the fire!
He's down, quick! And so they've got, it's like the girl in the Gremlins, and that's like her daddy dies because he dresses up as Santa Claus and comes down the chimney, gets stuck. They light the fire and kill him.
I think I trauma blocked that bit of the Gremlins
Do you
too.
remember that? And I knew the girl Phoebe Cates character.
Do your gizmo again.
And then Phoebe watched it.
I named my wee cat Gizmo, didn't I tell you that? My first ever cat was called Gizmo. And then somebody killed it, right?
What, like maliciously or with
Yeah.
a car?
Like homicide.
Like, yeah,
Feeling
killed it.
aside?
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened was I went everywhere, heartbroken, wee child with daddy issues, looking for a cat. And my ma said she just literally couldn't watch me look for this cat anymore because they had already found it on top of the electric box where some kid had killed it and threw it up there. And every
This needs
day,
to come with a trigger warning.
I know, I'm so sorry, but every day
Contact
I would
warning.
go out and like look for the cat, and I was going out to it was only a wee baby, so I couldn't really go loads of places on my own, so I was getting people to come along with me.
Mister, would you come with me to help me look for my missing cat? His name's Gizmo. He's got the cutest eyes and the cutest nose.
Why are you touching me there?
Sure, I love Werther's Originals.
What do you mean you want to see my pussy? I told you it's lost.
It's lost. His name is Gizmo.
You're terrible people. We need to stop this.
No, not puppies, kittens.
My ma, do you know what she did? And this is probably, prevarication always is sort of laced with kind of like distruth.
Yes.
And I would say my mother prevaricated this day because I remember she said, "I've got you a present." I did this thing where ADHD kid in school, she had this little education plan where she would reward me, you know,
were you
every
diagnosed
week.
at school?
Yeah, I was diagnosed at quite young. So it was like, she just was like, "Okay, so if you're really good, at the end of the week, we'll get you a treat."
Like an
and it used to be,
incentive
we'll
plan.
bake buns together or...
Yeah.
And one day she just showed up with this wee teeny tiny box and it had all wee holes poked in it. And I was like, "What is it? What is it?" And she was like, "Have a look inside." And I looked inside and I was like, "It's Gizmo." She went, "It's Gizmo, he's back." And I was like, "Oh my God, Gizmo's back. Gizmo's back." It was a wee tabby cat. And I looked and I remember going, Gizmo's coat's a bit, like his fur
It's different.
is a bit different. He didn't used to have those stripes. And you know what my mommy said to me? She said, "Well, do you know the way Gizmo went away? Gizmo was actually just away back to his mummy for a while over Christmas, and she got him a new coat. And that's why he's got a new coat on. Because I had got a new coat
Monica,
for Christmas.
No,
and
that's
she
not
was
prevarication.
"He's
That's
got-"
lying. That's just pure. That's just
Yeah.
pure up fictions, fables,
Yeah,
lies.
that is. Yeah,
Lies.
Yeah, story. But here.
Liza Minnelli.
Liza
Minnelli.
But I
Hello,
look
how
back
are you?
on that now and go, my mother was adorable.
Like she did. She was trying her hardest to sort of like. What age would you have been?
6.
She was trying to shield you from the realities of death.
Yeah.
Things like that. They're lying bastard.
Yeah.
Like,
I
but she was
know.
keeping you from the Monica. I'd see what you were doing, Monica.
Then your
but
granny drops dead and you're traumatized and you're
She'll
going,
get you a new granny.
she'll go,
Just has a new
she's got
coat.
a new coat.
She's just gone in. She just took some old doll from a nursing home up the road and wheeled her in.
Well, you know, it's your granny's false face for Halloween.
She's what she was wearing a mask and it got stuck, so we're just going to have to learn to love her.
Why is Granny's face drooping? Is she having a stroke? No, her mask's just falling off.
The glue on that side of the mask has all come all.
You know, Curtis still slags me to this day because we went to see. Do you remember The Theory of Everything?
Yes.
About Stephen Hawking and your man.
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne, right?
He annoys the shit out of me.
He's the same in everything, isn't he?
It's because he picks like a verbal or a facial tick. So whenever, I mean, it's like he was like Stephen Hawking, or what did I call him?
Newt Scamander.
I got his name wrong, and I called him Stephen Spacely, but it's not right. It's not.
Kevin Spacey?
No, Kevin Stephen Hawking, and I was like, what was he called?
Stephen Spacely. Because you're thinking about outer space.
Because he was all about space. Stephen Spacely.
From here on out, he shall be referred to Stephen Spacey.
Stephen Spacely. So, and then when he was Newt Scamander, it's just talk like this here, and then he was in Jupiter Ascending, and then he talked like this. He just picks a verb, and then whenever he was, that the Danish girl where he played like.
I feel like
first
Tom Hardy does
transgender.
that now too, where it's just like, if you can't comprehend what I'm saying, you can't accuse me of bad acting.
I'm acting hard.
Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam. Did anybody see?
Charlie Hunnam. What is his accent really?
He is a Geordie, I think.
Aye, but he's got a fucked up accent.
Because he was in.
Sounds like he's a bag of marbles in his mouth.
I'm fucking like balls from fucking American executives,
Yeah, that's
Hollywood
it.
executives in his mouth. But do you not think he's going to get
Probably got
Charlie
Harvey
Hunnam?
Weinstein's ball bag in the back of
Yeah,
his
he
throat
probably
somewhere.
could. How do you think he's gone from Queer as Folk to being in a movie in America? Fuck off.
He was meant to be Mr. Grey though, and I really wish
He
he
was
was.
Mis-
He would have been Mr. Grey.
He would have
Brilliant.
been Mr. Grey, but I think I think, did anybody see the post that was called Rebel Moon? Oh, folks,
Shite.
don't watch it. It's awful. You
Is
can
it? I
tell
wanted to see that.
It's shite. Maybe wait to the second one because it's like a two-parter thing.
right,
And maybe
okay.
watch the second
Is
part.
Charlie Hunnam in it?
Charlie Hunnam is in it, and he plays a character who is like, so it's set in like a galaxy far, far away, TM, but it's not really, because the whole idea of Rebel Moon was that it was going to be a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Star Wars didn't want to make it, so Zack Snyder was like, oh, I'll create my own intellectual property, I'll do my own Rebel Moon. Fucking shite. I don't know what it is, it's shite. Like, oh,
Is
Brona,
it?
it's balls, it's terrible. Like, it's like, there's no, like, there's all these characters, all these people. There's Jumanji Hunsu. There's what's she called, Day Boone. Do you like all these class international actors are in it?
Do you ever find it's either hit and miss? Whenever they have an all-star cast, it's either brilliant
Yes.
or absolute balls.
Like that Asteroid City.
Asteroid City. I'm not saying
What that was that latest Wes Anderson one.
Oh.
And it had fucking Bill Murray and Scarlett
He
Johansson.
loves Bill Murray and Scarlett
He
Johansson.
does, yeah. But all the big names, and I love Wes Anderson.
It's like whenever
I
they have
love
all the
French
stars, they don't
Dispatch.
try for the script then, because they're
And-
like, we can get the funding for this no
people's
matter
gonna
what.
Me and
come.
Nicole went to see French Dispatch, and I remember coming out going like, "Sean, what the fuck was that?" And I was going, "No, like there's more to that. That was a great film." I was
Yeah.
like, "It's just like, I don't know, it
I
didn't
think
need
the
to
last
be
Wes
an
Anderson I
actual."
watched was that the Grand Hotel Budapest.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
Aye. Did you like it?
I loved that.
I haven't seen it.
So good.
Is it good?
So good. Everybody
But then,
plays such a good
like
part in it. It's
that
brilliant.
that other one, like a fucking Asteroid City. Cole's like, "Well, do you enjoy it?" And I went, "No." Like there wasn't even anything to it. It was
Yeah.
just a shite
No.
film.
Dude, can I just say this, right? What really gets my absolute fucking goat is, have you ever had this like Emperor's New Clothes effect with films where
Yes.
people say they're brilliant and they're shit? Like everybody was going on and on and on about Inception, and I went to see it and I was like, there was a really good interactive part in that movie where you actually fall a fucking sleep. What the fuck is the crack here? Do you know what I mean? I just went like, what? There's too much going on. It's overly
There's
convoluted.
too much going
Don't
on and not enough at the same
Yes,
time. 'cause
and
there's no
everybody's
real
going,
story.
it's amazing, and you're going, no, it's not.
Stop. This is
It
just
wasn't.
another
So-
of Leonardo DiCapro's attempts. That was one of his. Remember all the films he
why
were to get an
just-
Oscar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's trying
Just
to
give him the
much.
fucking Oscar so he can stop making these films.
Somebody just give him a hand job and an
Yeah.
Oscar and get him out of the fucking
Get him,
road.
and let him run away with his teenager.
With
the
his
newest
teenager
one.
women.
I actually enjoyed Inception.
Did you? I mean, you can enjoy it, but don't be giving it all this
It's
credit for
not
being fucking
film, I would say
Heartbreaking.
one of those for me, Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
I didn't get that.
I
really like
watched
Donnie
that
Darko.
extremely stoned, and I still didn't understand it, so it mustn't be any good.
It was
Like,
just there
I
was
can't remember it.
there's loads of like wee.
Isn't there like a
bits.
person? Like it's like he's not really
He's
all there.
there's like a rabbit from the future
Yeah,
or something,
and it's
you
talking.
find out,
Yeah, I think I was
Hey,
too
Danny.
intoxicated.
No, it was balls.
Do you understand
was.
it?
Do you
And
know
another
what?
one, Black Swan. People did it with Black Swan.
I never really. Somebody's doing a bit of DIY.
It's a lampeg drumming. Man.
DIY ale. Do it yourself later. Fuck's
DIY.
sake.
See, Black Swan, I'm just going to say it, right? I went. I think
When
it's...
she starts like wanking herself off in the bed.
Yeah, I think it isn't even the movie that lets you down at your expectations because everybody has built it up so much to
Yes.
be unfathomably fucking amazing. They're like, all these statuses on Facebook were like, wow, Black Swan, just go and see it, just go and see it. And I was like, what the fuck
Run!
happens? But
Don't
you know
walk
what?
to your local multiplex.
Do you know what Aoife did though? Spoiler alert. This is before people, well, she didn't realise that she should have written spoiler alert. But this was around the time everybody was like, Black Swan, go and see it. And she just wrote, fucking Black Swan. Go fuck yourself, everyone who said it was great. I'm glad she killed herself in the end. That was fucking terrible. And her cousin wrote underneath it, fuck you, Eve. I'm standing in the queue to go and see it. Fucking spoilers much. And I was like, ha ha ha.
That saved you.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson walks out and goes, wow, can you believe Darth Vader was really Luke's father the whole time? And everybody's going, what?
Oh, my friend. I remember, like, so back in the Sixth Sense days, and she came back and she's, oh, it's brilliant. And you're like, you would never know he was dead the whole time.
Is your friend
And-
from Spain?
She's from Russia.
She's from... No, it was really good, Scottish chef. I liked it.
Really good one. We'll do,
You really wouldn't know he was dead the whole time?
You wouldn't knew he was dead the whole time.
And had you not seen it?
I had seen it, but I looked around everybody. I was like, who hasn't seen it yet? I was like, that's his fucking.
That's it, room.
I just thought it was a film about a nonce the whole time because why is he just hanging about with this wee lad? What's he going about like this?
It was spookier when I thought he was alive.
It was spookier when I thought he was just a pedo. Do you know what I'm saying? I thought it was just Sixth Sense. Your Sixth Sense is no tingling
You're
now. Haley
sick.
Joel Osment.
I thought it was the Sixth Sense. He's sick in the fucking heat.
He'll fucking get a hold of your Sixth Sense. So he will.
I was talking about this the other week on podcast. What's the threshold for like spoilers? So when can you start talking about a film like after it's came out?
I would say give it.
Never. You have to say, have you seen it?
Yes, okay.
It's
that's
so
a good idea.
easily done. Especially,
But if we're
here's
to-
my sister to me, right? And see, because I'm ADHD as fucking, I have this superpower where I can predict the end of any film. Right?
Yes.
I can predict the end of fucking Inception. That's how good I am, right? I was walking out. She was walking out one night and I was babysitting and I went, I'm going to watch that boy in the striped pajamas. I've never seen it. And she went, oh, Bronagh. And I went, don't tell me anything because if you tell me, I won't watch it. And she went, oh, I'll not tell you anything. I'm just going to say there's a massive twist. And I went,
But now that I know there's a twist, I'm going to be looking for it. I worked out.
2 minutes in, I went, he dies, doesn't he?
But it's like I do think there's a time limit on it because you're not going to say like, oh here,
Titanic.
you'll
never believe.
Or Planet of the Apes.
Doesn't make it in New York, folks. Made it to fucking Liverpool. Didn't make it to New
Let's
York.
just say Wildflower Girl wasn't on that boat.
That's another Irish thing the English ruined.
That's enough.
all
But
I'm saying.
see if you actually had.
It's alright when I
Irish
left
sympathy.
here.
It's all right, but it left here.
In fact, as Ross points out in his stand-up, it was really, really structurally unsound. The thing was a fucking death drop. It's surprised it even made it to that iceberg.
I'll make you a boat. I'll make you a boat.
I'll make you a boat. I'll make you a boat for
left.
half the price of the other
Half
man.
the price of the other man.
That
I'll
wants
get
to
you a
make
boat.
you a boat.
I'll get you and half a dime.
And I tell you what, you know what? This boat, not even God could fucking sink it. That's how you know an Irish man made it to the fucking
I'll tell you now.
brag.
I'll tell you now. It's unsinkable.
Yeah, you can't even sink this
not
boat.
sink.
And,
It'll not sink.
and it costs you half the fucking price. And I send me brother round to get the other half of the money.
I know a lad. I know a boy, and he'll go round and he'll do it for you. Obviously, I'll not be doing it myself.
And
because
not
I have another job.
only will I make you a boat, I'll come round and I'll tarmac your garden for you.
No, it was made in East, so no doubt they've came over and been like, "Oh, we seek a brand new state of the art boat," and somebody's like, put out a fag and a thing, being like, 100%.
Shanty, go and have a word with him. He's looking a good boat. You know what I mean? Good boats, don't you?
No sweat here.
Just a new bit of what I call new bit of paint in the outside.
Who's looking up? Where's it going? America. Sure, I'm cunts don't know them.
I forgot about it by the time it's halfway through.
I don't even have
Fuck's
flaxy on it, cover it up, no buy fucking.
What do you call it? MDF.
No, what do you call that
Does it,
stuff that
John?
they all use? What do you call it? Expando foot. What do you call that? Sealant. Leave it a sealant. See, if it was actually... If my housing association were boat builders, that boat would have just been done with sealant.
Fuck housing association.
Because I kept fucking ringing them.
Saying
going,
that housing executive house
My
is back
bath's
from the
leaking.
40s, 30s and 40s though. Like, like I would say it. Those glass fires. Remember the glass fronted.
Oh, the
houses
one I
that get
kicked in?
fires? Yes.
Yeah.
That you're.
My man's mate Sharon.
Your man's made Sean.
Had-
I'm not mounting her again. She fucking kicked in my fire, wee bitch.
Yeah, we bastard. Sorry, Sharon.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, she fucking.
I loved, like, we don't have that now. No, like, parents were so abrupt about how fucking ill-mannered, like, kids were. No, like, my man would have just went, see your wee lads, wee fucking scumbag. He's saying dirty words to our Sean.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking dirty mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
He's got a fucking dirty mouth.
Yeah.
Or like, he's not to stay in our house again.
Do you
Because
know
we
that-
Trump.
See, and you
But
can
see,
tell
now
your wee
you're-
mate to fuck off as well.
I hate that whenever you bring your mate round. It's like, no, she can't fucking stay for dinner. She's not got her own fucking house. And your mate. Or you're the one that's sitting there going,
But
it's
see now-
alright, I'm not even hungry.
See if one of your ones,
She could have mine.
if one of your ones, if their mates were around and like they had their cabs out the whole time, were so rude or whatever, and then my dad came in, their cabs,
Feet?
their toes, their
Toes?
feet. Oh, you know what I mean? They were
Do you
just
not say cabs? Toes? No?
there we go, learning.
Word up.
Word of kids.
Learning.
What do you call the end? So you've got a footpath, and before the footpath turns into the road, what do you call that wee
Curb.
bit?
Crib,
Curb.
Curb. It's KERB.
It's K.
crib,
But
cribby.
you can call it, but the game is called Cribby.
No, it's Curbsy.
No, it's Cribby.
Oh Jesus!
It's Curbsy because it's on the
Cribby.
curb.
Or the crib. You say I would say curb, but I call it Cribby.
but that's
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be.
all of our political situations are being made the whole time in Belfast, and you just don't know how to say a fucking curb.
For anybody who doesn't know Cribby, right? What were your Cribby rules in your street? See,
Oh, I don't remember.
everybody stood on their own crib. Right?
Yes.
Oh, I do say crib sometimes.
stood on
So
your
you
own
stood on
curb.
your own crib, your own curbstone across the road. and you
Mine,
would-
ours were painted red, white, and blue.
so you had
you
fun
You
at
had
advantage.
teams. One side was green, white, and orange.
So you knew where the curb was because it was painted red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you knew. So you sat on one side, and then but it had to come back to you.
You
Yeah.
had an Olympic arena, so it was like
Yeah.
paint
Or
the guidelines.
you'd have had somebody stand at the bottom to go car.
See
So
if
then
you
you'd
threw
have
it
had-
up. No, did you not throw it over the car for an extra 5 points?
Oh my god, no! You got. It would have been, at that time, it would have probably been one of like the teenage big brothers who had a car, and they would have got out and beat the shit.
Oh
out of you.
really? No, see if you threw it over the car
you-
and it hit the curb, it didn't matter if it didn't come all the way back to you. See, as long as it hit that curb, you got 15 points. See, if it rolled back to you on the ground, you got, or if it made it halfway, it was 5, or if it rolled back to you, right, you got 10 points. See if it bounced back and you
And
caught
you
it,
caught it 20 points.
you got 20 points.
Oh, no, we
but
never-
see, the
And
first
also-
one, you got to go into the middle
Yes.
then, and the middle of the road, you'd be like, 5, 10,
Boing, boing,
15,
boing, boing,
20,
boing, boing,
20.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
pretty-
then, but then as soon as you miss, as
You have
soon,
to run.
As you have to run back and get on your crib. But see, as soon as the other person catches the ball,
They can
and, like
throw it at
retrieves the
you.
ball, as soon as they have it in their hands, they go freeze, and you have to stop wherever you are. So if you've got back to your crib, that's okay. But if you freeze halfway across, then they can.
I'm going to teach my kids.
They-
They
crib.
they
watch
can
this,
try
my
and-
face that whole time was going, we didn't have any of them. It was just basically throw back, and then if you missed it, then it was the other person's turn.
If
Oh,
one-
really? We
didn't
once
have
you're
any more.
froze,
Any specific rules?
no,
as soon as you're froze, if they hit you
Yeah.
with the ball, then they can take either 100 points or all your
All
points.
your points that you have.
because my granny lived in a square.
The
Just-
rules can
not
vary
there,
from
let
street
people
to
know
street.
What a square looks like. The square, so like the road, so like the wee road into the square was then with the two curbs where everybody would have played curbs. Like.
Yeah. The two good curbs that have been, and like in every street there was a good lamppost that was the good swing lamppost.
Aye. But we
Like our street was brilliant because we, had a big step.
like a low curb on one side and a high curb on the other side. So you used to have to like play
Swap.
2 games each or something and then swap around.
And what did you call the game where you would like knock on the door and run away?
Oh,
Rapid
Rapidors and
Run.
Runaway.
Raptor.
Rapidor.
Raptor.
But you know what I
We call
know?
it Raptor
See,
Run.
there's this
Rapidors.
girl I met from the top of from Turf Lodge, and they used to play this game called Who's in the Bog?
Who's in the bog?
Yeah, because apparently everybody had like a downstairs toilet that was at the front.
Oh,
So if their light was on, they used to run up and wrap the window and go, "Who's in the bog?"
that's we just call that voyeurism now. We just like, chill, trying
illegal.
to catch people.
Yeah, you can get done
You
for
did a
that.
shit.
There was this man walking up my street the other day, or it was a woman, and she had like, you know, one of them wee granny like trail along trolleys.
The wee trundle
But it
trolley
was
thing, I know
full
what
with
they're
like
called.
18 packs of toilet roll, and I really just wanted to roll the window and go, "You away for a shake, 10."
How much shitting are you planning to do?
Yeah, but I was
ABS.
like, that's the real Tourette's in me. Was like, I don't,
You have
don't
to
do it, don't do it. So I just said it with the window up. Do you know what I mean?
One
Yeah,
time
we're shaded.
the Iceland in Park Centre done like a wee supermarket sweep competition, right?
Imagine that, you've won £12 worth of food. Trolleys fucking.
Farm foods. 3.
Are you alright? My soul left my.
Your life flash.
Still haven't even called your soul up or something.
She
It's a
took.
Casper.
Did your mum ever sit there? I took a light from my eyes. I took a light from my eyes.
Oh yeah, I took a light.
I took a light from my eyes.
My whole life flashed before my eyes. I need to get out.
I need to get a life. Oh my
I
god.
need to get a life, man.
Oh god. We're not way.
Sponsored by diazepam.
Or Buspirone if you're maxed out on them with the doctor. They only give you Buspirone.
What's a Buspirone?
Oh, I'll give you a wee one. They're lovely. Take away my anxiety. Saves my life. Do you know, in fact...
I would need the world to burn down, be rebuilt again for my anxiety.
No,
to be
yeah,
taken away at the
my
moment.
base level of anxiety is probably like the average person's nervous breakdown.
I live at 8.
Yeah,
Like I live at 8.
yeah,
Do you like
just
if you're like
constantly.
everyone's on like if most people are like 2 or 3,
Yeah.
I live at 8.
Yeah.
Which just takes me less time to get the fucking why? Do you know that sort of a way?
Curtis
it takes me
came
less
in
time.
to me, and I mean, see, whenever I tell you this man cried laughing, I don't know what sick fucking part of him found this hilarious, but he still does it this day. Like, he'll jump out at me all the time, right? And he'll be like,
Who is
"Rah!"
this man?
Rah, lives with me, right? Rah, occasionally.
Oh, right.
And Curtis would go to me,
It's at the door.
This somebody, yeah.
who's at the door? Who's at the door? Put your sex swing up some other time, you fucking whore. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
60-minute makeover for tramps.
So he walked in for dominatrix. I had built my sex room, but Kurt used to walk in and he would like scare me. And one day I went, ah! And right on the end of the scream, I went, is it any wonder I'm eating fucking Buspirone? And he just was like, what's Buspirone? And I went, the fucking anti-anxiety medication was going into the cupboard to get just before you scared me.
Now I'm
and
getting 2.
He fucking cried. When I
thought it was
say
hilarious.
that man had tears, he was like, is that really what you take them for? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, ah!
Have you ever done like the way? Because sometimes whenever, because Alan has stopped jumping out to scare me because
Right.
I react too badly.
Do you want to hit you?
I do, but I do like a wee extra bit at the end. So he'll jump up and I'll go, ah! Ah! Do you know, like a wee, ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
I hit things
It's like a wee thing at the end.
Yeah, like
It's
it's
like,
like
oh,
a wee
nah.
empty or
It was like a wee bit. I run out of breath. Ah!
and he's like, that felt sexual. I'm not going to do that
I'm
anymore.
not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that again. Do you?
But like, I get angry. See, whenever somebody really like scares me, my fear naturally just like evolves into anger. I get like really
Me too,
angry
I
at
have
the
to
person.
say.
So like, if I'm in the shower and he
Why'd
runs
you
in
do
and
that?
goes, "Bah," I go, ah! And then I'll like hit the shower door and be like, bastard, you know?
Because it's your fight. Isn't it your fight or flight?
Yeah, so I must be like, scream, then fight.
Then fight, scream and fight.
Yeah.
I get that anger. Like, why did you do that?
Why did you
We
make
were-
me
I-
so afraid? I'm afraid enough, for fuck's sake.
I do
I
the
grew
same,
up
like-
afraid.
It's meant to be good, you know, like instincts. You know, like
Yes, it's meant to be good nerves, because I always used to go, I have bad nerves, and my ma used to go, do you know that apparently that means you have good nerves though, because you're reacting? And I'm going, no,
react.
mummy, because we have a trauma response that's
it's
true
like
on
an
the fucking ball.
evolutionary thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I do this thing with one of my
Like if you freeze, you were just dead.
Yeah.
one of my it's like service users at work, and I do this thing, and I call it angry crying. So it's like, do you know you're crying, but then you remember why you're crying, and it makes you angry. So you're like, I see her.
What are you, a Bond villain?
Fucking bastard.
Do you know what I have done? I would do that, only I would call it like self-harm crying, where you beat yourself up.
Oh, I sort of then
Have you
like
ever? I used to have this problem, like in my teenage years, where I would get so upset and cry, but then I would like punch
Slap it.
myself and like
Yeah.
pull me own hair. So I'd be like, be whipping away big bits of her, going, "Fuck
going-
my life,"
Or with the same girl, I do huffing competitions.
or the. If you look at yourself in the mirror while you're crying and you realise hypothetically looking at you.
I've relinquished my role as producer and taken up my role as shrink.
You're sitting there with your wee diary out, like, and how did that make you feel?
It'll be Sigmund Freud. So how much did your mother beat you when you were young?
I'm writing a report on this. It's called "Win Me a Fucking Producer."
Oh my
Then-
god.
The subject.
You probably need to go to therapy after these podcasts.
Do
Do you know the way shrinks have shrinks?
you need a shrink?
So he's like going in.
Supervision.
He's going into his supervisor going, tough time
He
today.
needs a
It was
debriefing.
Brona D and DDJ and
Oh God, tough one for you.
Tough
Yeah.
one.
hard day. He's going home to Nicole going, I can't bring work home with me, love. Just talk about something else, you know.
He goes-
Please don't cry.
Bruna D and DDJ, and like his shrink goes.
And how did that make you feel?
The subject seems to exhibit a lot of high anxiety when talking about their childhood. There seems to be some. They talk about getting beat
A lot.
a lot. There seems
When
a lot of
I was
violence.
a child and I got beats, it just meant beetroot.
There was a lot of violence and screaming.
Violence.
Lots of violence and screaming.
Yeah. Do you know this person put a thing up on Facebook and it was like, how you wonder why you have childhood trauma when your ma was like this? And it was just this like woman walking into your room and going, you know, whenever you'd just be sitting in your room minding your own business and your ma would come in and go, look at the fucking state of this room. You fucking need to get this guy fucking sick of doing everything in this fucking house. She's useless, but
So you're sitting floating in your wee bubble, you may be drowned, and then all of a sudden you've got this pyramid.
and you would just be like, I'm sorry.
Like no wonder I am up to hiding.
No wonder. Yeah.
Oh, I just call it dough.
It's the old.
Because that's where I am all the time.
I've never been in Lodo.
I've never been in low dough.
Yeah.
I've never been in middle dough.
Yeah, I should have went into pizza making because we had never run low on dough. Like, absolutely not.
Lodo sounds like somewhere in
Lodo.
Denmark.
Lodo.
Low dough.
I'm from Oslo. You from Lodo?
Or a dwarf in the Hobbit. Lodo. Lodo. That was Frodo's wee chilled out cousin.
We're all
Lodo Baggins. He's a wee pothead because he's Lodo. He's
Lodo baggies.
Yoda's cousin.
Man, I'll do you a deal, man. Give me that ring. And I'll give
Yeah,
you a
I could set a ring for you. Mount Doom, you say? 2 tickets to Mount Doom?
I have somebody can do that for you.
a guy.
I'll build you a ship.
I'll build you a ship to Mordor.
Moral of the story: there was a supermarket sweep in Iceland.
You could do like a wee factor where like wine's well the way back to where
Oh my god! Yes, and then do that, please.
Yeah,
25 minutes earlier.
And what happened in the thing was my drummer in the band, Dee, was going past Iceland, and they were like, you know, getting people that were in the park centre, like, come on, do the wee competition.
It was like Barrymore's people, but for like.
Meanwhile, half the
Scumbags.
people are walking out of Iceland going to supermarket sweep every day, and they're for me. I've
Them big long puffer jackets.
been pregnant for 5 years. What are you on about?
He went in and he won
their
it.
legs.
And so, like, they put a photo of him up doing it, and he had, the way he won it, you had to get the trolley with like the highest like
Value.
highest
items.
value, right? But he had, you know, like 5 big, like 24 packs of toilet roll. In it. And so the photo went like viral around West Belfast. Everybody going, fuck me, your mum must need a shit, something shocking. So he just got griefed.
As per we insides. As per we insides were falling out.
That man got some shit for that.
God, he was sitting on. Oh God love him. What a
dear,
Everybody,
love him.
everybody poops.
Do you know
Don't
what
feel
you should have
bad.
done? Filled it full of kitchen roll. That shit's fucking expensive.
Do they really, dear? When the ones
Why are
with
they
different
charging
colours.
£4 for a roll of kitchen roll? Who
basically-
the fuck do they think they
Basically,
are?
toilet roll for the kitchen.
It is. It's toilet roll for the kitchen. It is. One sheet does plenty. You're like, I did plenty of shit and nothing.
Fucking better.
Yeah.
One sheet.
One sheet.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't
One
know.
sheet.
No, one sheet does
he
plenty.
told- but he told
I
fuck
reckon
it.
it was false advertising and one sheet didn't do plenty.
Oh no.
So we needed
I
to-
always like that story. You just put that into like, you know, like, I don't know, like
Got done for fraud.
Lurgan Lake
Aye.
with one swish sheet. It's all
And
fucking
it's
drained.
been sponged, yeah.
It's all
You just bring it and put the bonfire out.
That's what happened to Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped a one sheet in Loch Ness, and
That's what happened.
it's all aggy now.
I think
Oh my God.
everybody's sheets in Loch Ness.
Everybody sheets. Do you know that tomatoes? I read an article in the Irish News before.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes grow. It said, and the article was titled, "Would you eat tomatoes that grew on the side of the lagan?" And it was
If you'd asked
basically
me
a
5 years
story.
ago, I might have gone, aye, see now, no.
No, it was basically a story about how there was. I'm pretty sure it was the lagan, and it said the tomatoes basically grow there because tomato seeds don't digest in the human stomach. So, by the time they make their way through the sewage system and into like the water system, the waterways, they can actually sprout into wee tomato plants, and there's wee tomato plants everywhere. But they've already been.
Shitty tomatoes.
I suppose that's like Kopi Loak, only tomatoes.
Is that cat coffee?
Pass through a human shade pipe. Coffee that's been through the
recycling.
shade pipe of a cat.
I would, but there's somehow that's less rotten than a person. Because I know what humans eat. Being a human, myself, I know what humans eat. And we eat an awful lot of shit.
Do you? We eat shade. We're
We eat
literally
shit.
drinking Kopi Loak, so yeah, we drink shade
We
too.
drink, I know, and we're like, you know, the things that we, like, you know, the additives in things.
Yeah, the
and, like, what
preservatives.
can't be- I would say, I wonder, would, like, if you were to do like, I don't know, wee study of a shit from, like, the Tudor ages and a wee thing of a shit now.
Yeah.
Like, could you sort of go, oh, wow.
What did you call that woman that used to look at people's shit and go, "Your shit is stinking. You're not eating properly."
Doctor, remember she went to the jungle and she was fainting and they had to
She
take the
didn't even
doctor
really
off
have her doctor.
She wasn't a doctor at all.
She got it online.
She says, if you eat loads of vegetables, because then the plants photosynthesize, and you go, but no.
Is that Jillian?
Gillian Keith.
Gillian McKeith.
Yes.
Gillian McKeith.
Have you looked at her? Like, I wouldn't. Like, she was like a wee.
She
like,
looked
Terrahawks
very
wee thing.
fragile. She looked like
He was Zelda.
Smeagol.
He was Zelda from the Terrahawks. She looked like God. So if
She's
you're
desperate looking.
if your diet makes me look like you, I'll eat
I
shit.
happily
I
eat
will
the
eat
pizza.
pizza all
Yeah.
the time. I don't
All
want to
day
look
long.
like you.
But yeah, she used to like it. There was
to
this
be a wee
man,
bastard.
and she was like, she put this. Do you remember she used to do this thing where she would observe you for a week, and then she would put an entire table filled with everything that you have eaten throughout that week on it, and then make people look at it, and like loads of people would cry 'cause they'd be like, "I can't believe I ate all that, like 5 cakes and 50 pizzas and all." And she was like, "How do you feel when you look at that?" And this woman was like, "I'm so afraid. I can't believe I ate that." And she went to this man, "How do you feel when you look at that?" And he went, "I'm hungry." And she was like, "You should be ashamed of yourself." And then he couldn't shit. He wouldn't give her a shit sample. And she was like, "Take the Tupperware and give me a shit sample." Well, she was calling it like excrement sample, you know. And he was like, I can't do it. And she was like, "Is it any wonder you eat so much bad things that you're constipated?" And she made him do like squats and all in the back garden. I think the man was just fucking afraid. He had
Like,
shade fright.
It was all
Yeah.
the hole was all.
Back in again.
Oh, see when we were in school, they showed us that film Super Size Me. You know
Yes.
the one about McDonald's where he has
yes.
to eat McDonald's every day for like 30 days or something.
And Super Size. Oh, he was only allowed to go Super Size if they asked him, did he want to go?
Yeah.
Anytime they ask, can you go super size, he would have
He
to
has to
accept
say yes.
it. And he was only allowed to do something like, he was only allowed to do something like 16,000 steps. You know, like the it was like
really?
because he was in New York, it was like the average steps that. But I thought the whole
Made me hungry.
it was.
Did it in school?
I remember going, "Oh, it looks
"I
fucking
love
great."
McDonald's.
He's boking and all. And I'm going, "Oh fuck, I'd
like
love a
sweats.
double
Because
cheeseburger."
it wasn't more. It was more about the idea of that. There wasn't like because
They
it was
said
a
that
very
you could eat
2000s.
because somebody was suing them, saying you can't quantify yourself as a restaurant if you're open 24 hours a day and you can't eat a decent breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
So they had said we do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's proper food. So his point was, if I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there
Yeah.
every day, can I still remain a healthy person? And the answer in short was no, because he ended up having a lot of really bad
I
problems
love the one
after
that was a
that.
bit like, no, do not even. I mean, okay, maybe if your town is being bombed with anthrax, then maybe eat fast food, but otherwise don't eat fast food. But there was that real thing in the late 90s and early 2000s, where it was about like, everyone's fat.
Yeah.
And like, and really making people feel horrible about
Yeah.
their bodies and like creating that.
Do you remember that Fat Britain and the guy calling to the door? It was actually going viral recently because people were like,
Yes.
"Hi, can you talk to people like that?"
Welcome to Fat Britain, and this week we're going to meet Britain's most fattest family.
And this wee
There's,
kid opens the door and he goes, "Hello, fatty."
There's two comedians in England, Horatio Gould and Andrew Kerwin, who make funny as fuck
those
sketches.
videos like that there too.
And it's like
The reason we've got so much poverty is because everyone's poor.
like they make
everyone's
these
fat.
and it's like, let's see what Fatty Bum Bum got up to today.
And it was like, but it was just so degraded. Because I remember, do you remember Super Size versus Super Skinny?
Oh, yeah.
And they had the two big tubes, and they had them standing there in their drawers outside the tubes. Do you remember like that there, making them stand with no clothes on? So let's first of all make people feel completely degraded about themselves.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show you what you've eaten this week. So the super sized person had all the
Falling on them.
it was like a fucking, and then it was like, now I'll see what you've had, and like the super skinny person had like 3 wee bits of pizza floating down, like his hair down onto the ground with maybe a wee smack of the
Spoonful of
tomatoes. And, it was like, and I always used to remember looking at it, thinking,
Neither
even
of them
then,
are
I know
healthy.
we look at it now from maybe a
Yeah.
more compassionate point of view. Even then, it was horrendous. It was like horrible how they treated people.
Yeah.
And there was always the supersized person was always put in a situation where they were. Right, what we're going to do is we're just suddenly going to make you eat 3 crackers a day, which that's not that's not healthy
Doesn't
for
work
nobody.
like that.
And then the super skinny person's having like shovel, like you know what I mean, 4 Chineses.
Like, I don't want to eat this other tub of ice cream.
And the super sized person would always look up and go, I had to eat your 3 crackers. You have to eat my, I have to do your dat, you have to do my dat. And they're raging. And everybody's, it was just, the whole thing was horrendous. The whole thing was just
terrible.
horrendous.
I'm going to show you one of these videos, but we'll go over to Patreon to do it.
Right,
And
okay.
then we'll also do the dirty word, yeah.
Would you
Okay, so this is a wee bit of a teaser. We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, especially considering the fact I almost died for it. But we're going to do the dirty word on the Patreon, and we're going to show a wee clip of one of these sketches as well. So if you are watching now, thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to the Patreon. Por favor. Thank you so much.
Back in the 90s when I was a girl, we didn't have the internet to figure out the world. There was no mobile phones to entertain you on the loop. So I read all the words on the back of the shampoo. Once I've memorized the products that you put in your hair.